So I remember when I was first getting on Marketplace, like some years ago, and I saw a listing for $1. And I was like, no way, you're joking me. $1? Until I started seeing that over time, all these things that were $1. But no, till this day, I'm still seeing it and like, am I being sold a dream here? Somebody pinch me at this point because why? Why is this still happening? Be straight up with me. Be straight up with me. I guess there could be a reason why some people feel the need to put the $1 listing. Maybe we need to reach out to the Facebook market team, like for a character option. We need a character option. Like, can the buyer put $1-$10, $1-$10, something, because dreams are being sold. Too many questions are being left to ask. But nonetheless, I want to be able to show you guys the right way to use $1 listing and not make the $1 listing mistake, because we just want a little bit more honesty, a little bit more effort, keep it real. We don't want to waste your time because we're coming with the question, is it really $1 or no? Let's see what's going on with this. Let me show you.
Okay, at first glance, our excitement kind of gets taken away about the thought of it being $1. And that's because we see these plants, they're fairly large in size. So obviously they're not $1. What happens next is we're kind of depending on what the details say. In this case, the seller was just willing to take an offer and stated no lowballing. And we see that a lot, but still there's negotiating to be had. And maybe the seller doesn't know what they want to sell it for. It could be maybe that they just want the buyer to throw out a price and decide from there. It could also be that they're new to Facebook Marketplace and maybe they just want to be a little nice just to make a sale. I don't know, So I get it. That's where the $1 pricing comes from. But even still, we see it all the time when the seller says no lowballing. So right there kind of already says that the seller knows what the lowballing price is. I think it's a little fair to say that. If that is stated, I feel like anybody would kind of know what their lowest price would be, in my opinion. So to avoid that and being able to put something in the details a little more descriptive and a little bit more straightforward, I would just put a starting price and an ending price in this case, because they're all about the same size, but they're not. So just to be straightforward, I would at least put my starting price in the price box. I wouldn't necessarily put $1, but if I had to put $1 because of negotiating, I would definitely be very detailed in the details. Surprisingly, there are many sellers that leave the details pretty open-ended, but if it was me, I would want to eliminate back and forth conversations about the sale as much as possible. So in this next listing, the seller has this beautiful arrangement of succulents. Very gorgeous. I love these. The colors are just amazing. The thing is, this listing is actually partially for $1. But in the details, It doesn't even state how, but visually, it most definitely looks like it's a possibility. So we're just left to wonder, is it, and what is $1? It explains how they have various shapes and sizes for different prices, but no mention of exactly the cost. So now we're guessing because we do see small ones and we see bigger ones. So possibly the smaller ones are $1. And of course, naturally, you want to know. I wanted to know because I'm actually looking to this purchase at this point. So after getting to the bottom of things, come to find out it's the 2-inch pots that are for $1. And this is good. Something for $1. But let's shut me up and eliminate the questions. So, some simple fixes. In the details, straight away, I would have put 2-inch pots for $1. There's clarity, it's simple for both parties, and so that part, simple. And also, not everyone might be familiar with a 2-inch pot. What I also would have done, if I didn't put it in the details, I would have at least done anything to write the price on the photo. Our phones do the trick these days. While we're taking the photo, we can even piggyback off of the photo, take a screenshot, and write the price right over it. It's a visual, we know exactly which ones are $1, but maybe the seller doesn't want to just make a buck here and there. I'm sure the bigger plants make bigger profit, but a whole tray of $1 succulents can be sold also. However, the listing was at $1, so I would just make it easy. This next listing, right away, I was blown away. All of these plants are so beautiful. Like, I just want all of them. I'm loving the video. I really appreciate it. We get the scale, depth, we get an idea on the size. Of course, we can see that this isn't actually $1 listing. We could see that, and I get it. There's a lot to sell here, and that's most likely why it's listed at $1. I get it. The thing of it is, though, along with this video, there were no details in the details. There isn't anything letting us know a price range, just nothing at all. If it was me and I didn't feel like putting details, but I had the time to take video and pictures, I would just give a little mini tour and say how much each plant was. And even just to take a little bit more time with it, because a lot of these plants are getting overlooked because there's so many. I would just take a little bit more time on it because these are beautiful plants. Most definitely can sell these. The thing of it is, it's inconvenient for the buyer to want to reach out about it because we would have to take a couple steps to at least inquire about one that we like. And even more steps if we saw something that we liked, but we couldn't really see it and we were just so curious. So we would have to go back and try to capture what it is we're interested in. There's just more work to put in just to ask about the purchase. The seller is selling their items short, and it's unfortunate because these are such gorgeous plants, but the buyer might not even want to take the time in reaching out. And so the sale doesn't really happen like it could. For the last listing, I know this looks similar to the previous listing in this video, but it's different. It's a different listing. We see a lot of this. You'll find a lot of nurseries or home nurseries in the $1 listings because there's so much to sell. So the seller probably thinks it's an easy way to just list it as is with a bunch of pictures and give a brief description on the variety of plants they sell. But they don't have a breakdown in prices usually because there is so much to break down. I think I'm going to make a separate video on this topic later because I really think business owners can utilize Marketplace a bit better by laying out their business in detail. And the thing is, nurseries are, of course, very well organized. You could see everything is in its place. It's always very neat. They're grouped together. It's uniformed. It just has that look to it. So I'm just thinking it would be more beneficial to give details in the same way. I mean, because there's so much time, effort, and thought put into it for it just to be one listing for so many plants. I would break it down by size and make it their own separate listings and give them their own prices. No price ranges, just a clear-cut price. We like that. We need it. It's beneficial for the business. It limits the questions. It limits confusion. These small businesses, these nurseries could really kill it. But yeah, maybe I revisit that later, like I said. But anyway, just looking through Marketplace as I usually do, and I'm gonna do it again. So I'll be back